So this here is my digital topic portfolio for the module PN4036, and my topic was structural forms, the hyperboloid of revolution. So for my first section, the introduction to the hyperboloid of revolution, I talked about where it sits within the Leaving Cert curriculum. I also talked about how it relates to other fields of study such as history and product design. I talked about where the hyperboloid of revolution shell structure came from, the three different construction methods used, and how it relates to other subjects such as mathematics. Section 2, stimulating interest for students. I gave an example of three different possible activities that a teacher could do, such as model making, using CAD software, and also presentations, which is a good practice for the CBA. I talked about Bloom's taxonomy and how creating is at the top. So this is a very beneficial activity for the teachers to engage with. Then moving on to motivate their interest, I talked about where students may have seen a hyperboloid of revolution. So you can see I talked about the Simpsons television show and a basketball. For key principles of the hyperboloid of revolution, I didn't go into orthographic projection just because I feel like that is the basics of DCG. It's a step that's necessary for most of all the questions. So I focused on things that I thought were a bit more important, such as understanding what a hyperbola is, asymptotes, auxiliary views, etc. For the second page then, I continued on with things like double curved surfaces and ruled surfaces, but I also gave a list of resources such as YouTube videos, DCG solutions, and also where in the Leaving Cert textbook you can find some useful resources. For anticipated difficulties, I talked about how students might find it difficult to differentiate between hyperbola and parabola if they have poor spatial thinking. And I got these anticipated difficulties from talking to my own peers when we were covering this topic, and also from myself. For my resources, I explained how I made that wooden model on the left-hand side and also my SolidWorks model on the right-hand side. It's just a very useful aid, and I also made a YouTube video that you can see through that link of me demonstrating how to use the wooden model in your classroom. This is my question here. I based it off the Simpsons television show. Basically, the students have to complete section A to C, so they need to locate the asymptotes in the elevation and plan view. They need to use the asymptote method to complete the hyperboloid of revolution and determine the true shape of the cut surface SS. And to make my question original, I said that the asymptotes are equal to 1.62 times the length of the cut surface SS, so there's a little bit of maths involved. I started a solution here just to give teachers a hand if they're struggling, and that there's the finished solution. And this is just my references. Thank you.